Welcome to the Super Fantastic Leadership Webishow right here on Daphne Tube. We are back with David Allen this week and talking more about amazing productivity, time, space, focus, and control. Sometimes we really feel like Pigpen with our tasks, don't we? It's all swirling around. Well, let's hear what David has to say.
So this really reminds me of a concept, that I've practiced and lived in too, around this idea of having some level of completion, right? So some level of I've got papers flying out of my bag. I enjoy watching people come to the meetings and they walk in with a stack of papers and a notebook like this. Now we're going to set a thing.
Sure.
Right. So
sure.
we've got
it's like the cartoon Pigpen. Remember, this kid walks in, he's got all this stuff flying around him. And most people are literally walking around in their life, at least psychologically, like Pigpen. Just all that residue, and unfortunately there's limited space, and all that stuff is taking up space. So people don't need time, they need room.
Yeah, they need room. Okay, so let's talk about the relationship to time. And this, now we're going to get into Einsteinian, whatever, relation to time and space. But, what do you find, and I do want to come back also, David, to this idea of something this was all something you recognized, and I really want to hear that story. But let's talk about this. People need more space. And so, if things are falling off my plate, what do you find in people when they start dumping things out of their head? What have you seen that starts creating this essence of space? When you've worked with people, is it that they get things out of their head? Is it that they're getting more things done? What do you feel starts to happen for people?
Depends on the person, but without exception.
Okay.
And since I started working with this in 1981, without exception, anybody starts to externalize what has their attention and make some next action decisions about it, and ideally then sooner than later outcome decisions about it in terms of what they're committed to, feels a lot more in control and a lot more focused. And control and focus are the two elements of self-management. They're actually the two elements of organizational management as well.
Yeah.
Things need to be under control enough so that you have stability to be able to move where you want to go without the wheels falling off the car, right? So you need control. I need to feel like I'm in control of my kitchen or my company or my consciousness before I can then really start to focus on where I need to go. You need both. They're very tightly tied to each other, but they're actually different contexts. Yeah. So there's focus and control. I need to be able to, manage the stuff around me, so I have bandwidth internally and space to lift up a little bit and look around and go, oh, here's where I need to go. Here's what I need to do. So you need to be able to feel like you're in control. If you're trying to climb Mount Everest or climb a rock or whatever, the first thing you need to do is make sure you got a firm handhold and foothold. Right. If one of those is slipping, trust me, you could care less about where the top is. Right. Right. You need to survive. All right. So you need to make sure that you've got enough control. If you're trying to cook dinner for friends, but you come in and you've got 6 days of a hurricane that's hit your kitchen, you feel out of control, and you are not going to feel very creative and very innovative about what spice you want to use and how cool that could be and what neat things I could be able to do. Yeah. So I just recognize the pattern of you need first, well, it's not first or second because they really are tied. You need to have a focus that I want to cook dinner for my friends before that's going to give you the motivation to clean up your kitchen.
Yes.
Right. So you need focus, but then you need to be able to get the situation under control enough so that some part of you has the bandwidth to actually put cognitive horsepower toward where you want to go and what you're going to do about where you're going to go.
Right.
So you need both. You need both. And so, for most people, it's the control factor that's out of control.
Yeah.
So that's why oftentimes GTD people see that as, God, this is so mundane. I need to be focused on strategy. I need to be focused on, fine. If that's the main thing on your mind right now, let's do. Great. What's your strategy? What's your next action? And they go, but all this stuff is on my face. Right.
People don't need time, they need room and space. There's nothing better than getting to a next action decision and having control and focus. If you feel like you can't make a decision about what you need to do and you don't know what you need to do to make a decision, well, that feels pretty crazy making, doesn't it? Appropriate engagement with what has our attention is just the beginning. Wait until next week when we spend more time with David Allen. If you would like to know more about him, go to the link below and also get his latest version of Getting Things Done. And if you really want to go big, did I mention becoming a member of GTD Connect at 3wsgtdconnect.com? Check it out. Stay tuned in the coming weeks for more great conversation with David Allen right here on the Super Fantastic Leadership Webishow. And until next week, keep living a super fantastic leadership life. Hey, if you like what you just watched, you can go ahead and subscribe below, because then it's not so much effort, right? You're not going to be Google searching me or looking for me on YouTube. The content's just going to come right into your channel. It's going to say, hey, there's a new video from Daphne Scott. Actually, it'll say DS Leadership Live, but nevertheless, it's going to tell you that there's a new video available. And maybe you also like to read. If that's the case, give us a follow on Facebook at DS Leadership Life for more amazing content. Nevertheless, you can stay tuned here right on my YouTube channel for weekly videos and more of my amazing sense of humor. See you soon.